he was in 2 relationships at once. And basically they stayed in the blocks next to each other. So he was just going back and forth, that house, this house, that house, this house.
You're
2 different
joking.
women in each block.
Yes, and
oh my
every
God.
day she would be like, "Are you cheating on me? You must be cheating on me." And he would just straight out say, "Are you crazy? Like, are you crazy?
Yeah.
Why would you think that?"
Hello, it's Hazel.
Hey, Azura.
And I'm Germaine.
And welcome back to Clarity's Hush Podcast. You know, previously, girls, we talked about manifesting.
Yes.
Today, I want to talk about something similar, but not quite.
Oh,
Our intuition.
intuition. Okay.
Okay, first of all, what do you know about intuition?
It's a blessing and a curse.
Oh, my goodness.
Intuition is that tingle that you get in your gut, right? Down in my stomach here. It usually tells me if something is wrong or something is right.
Right, you know how they say people have 5 senses? I think intuition is women's 6. Our 6th sense.
Women only.
Yeah. Actually, I think it's skewed towards women.
Okay.
I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but I've always felt like the woman's 6th sense is kind of stronger than the man's.
Interesting.
Okay, let's start with a simple question, right?
Okay.
Do you tend to listen to your head or your heart?
Oh, this is such a tough question.
I listen to my heart.
Unfortunately, it's the heart for me.
Yeah.
Can you answer for me?
You listen to
Your heart.
your heart.
For sure. So, did you know that the term intuition has no
Yes.
scientific evidence behind it? It's like a happy little coincidence that intuition, the definition of it, is entirely intuitive. So it's a feeling. You know what I mean?
It's not a verb, it's a feeling.
So we don't even know if it's real or not.
Yeah, because it's basically that little voice at the back of your head that tells you to trust or to be wary of something, right? You can't even explain this little voice. And it's a combination of experiences, observation, emotional intelligence, and our subconscious analysis.
I mean, who's to say whether it's right or wrong? At the end of the
Right.
day, you know, you make that decision and you live with the consequences of it, right?
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
No, but what I found really interesting was scientists and psychologists, they have come to this theory that women, because we historically have had lower social power, this is why we have stronger intuition. Because we spend all our time reading the room, absorbing the social cues. So we are better with telling how this person feels, you know, or am I going to be in trouble if I get too near to this person? And in society, of course, women, we possess a natural inclination to be more in touch with people's emotions, not just our own. Like, I'm a hypersensitive kind of girl, man. Like, I watched a movie last night and I cried for 1 hour straight.
What movie you watch,
Wow, this Chinese movie was very sad. Later I tell you.
Aiyo.
Women are just so hypersensitive, don't you think?
I think we're very in touch with our emotions.
Right.
But I do think that, you know, both women and men can have intuition. It's
Agreed.
just that because women are more in touch with our emotions and our feelings, right? Whereas men are more logical and rational thinking creatures. They gear more towards like, is this logical?
Right.
Yeah.
Which is nothing wrong with that, yeah.
Question, do you also think it's because we're a little bit more observant? You know, it's like how if you're mad with your partner, because to you it's like clear as day that you did this or you said this. But obviously they will never know, right?
Yeah.
Because they just don't pick out on these things. So is it because we're a little bit more observant and that's why we pick up the smallest of things and then we add them all up together?
Yeah, on the other hand, if our partner has had a bad day, he comes home. I mean, as the girl, we'll know right away
Yep.
that something's wrong, right?
Yeah.
So, but how come they
But
just don't
if
get the
you
cues?
come home with a bad day, he won't know and then you get angrier like, hello?
Yeah. Then he asks you to drink more water.
The solution to everything is drink more water.
Drink water.
No, trust me, the solution to a lot of things is drink more water, but not to the end of a bad day. But I think it's just that because women, I guess, express our feelings or are more in touch with our emotions, we're able to be attuned to our intuition a little bit more. But not saying that men aren't. Yeah.
We feel shifts in energy maybe a little bit better.
Perhaps, yeah.
You know, like somebody says something a different way one time or one day, and you're like, something's not right. And people, you know, tend to pass it off as like, you're reading too much into it, you're overthinking it, you're being crazy.
And one day, the truth comes out.
And we were right.
Ching, ching, ching.
And don't you think, three of us as hosts, we are able to read the room a little bit better? Like, we have enhanced skills in this form. We know when our guests are feeling good or when they're not.
Or uncomfortable, or they need a break and things like that. Yeah.
Yeah. So when does your intuition radar light up, girls?
Oh, Actually, it's usually when I'm meeting new people for the first time.
Okay.
Right? It can be in a work setting or personal setting. When I meet them, I'm kind of reading them not through their physical attributes, but through the energy and aura that they're giving off. And I kind of know, okay, do I want to get to know this person more? Or is this person talking to me for a reason, for an advantage, or something like that? That's what I'm trying to read.
Okay, we're meeting new people.
Yeah.
Agree. What about you, Zura?
I don't actually. I feel like when I meet new people, I'm a little bit more not thinking.
Oh,
Because you're so trusting, you're so giving. No,
Also-
but I know your senses kick in after.
Yes.
Like, you will know whether this person is good or not.
after a while.
After a
lah.
while,
Yes.
yes.
Because I think we spoke about this the other time. Remember the ranking of like friendship? And I think for me, it starts at the bottom. And if it's at the bottom, right, it doesn't matter to me. Like if you're irritating, then maybe like I probably won't see you again. Or if I have to see you again, I'll be just like, whatever lah. You know,
Yeah.
it doesn't matter to me. Yeah. But if it progresses, and then we're gonna start evaluating, like, do you deserve to be promoted?
interesting. Okay.
Right, okay. So this is something someone said online. Every time I had a bad feeling about someone, it turned out to be true. When I first started talking to my now ex, I sometimes felt that something was, off. I used to have a lot of anxiety around him. I even remember thinking, something is wrong with this guy, but I don't know what. Even though he acted super sweet, super caring, he was generous, bought me gifts, offered to pay for things such as plane tickets, etc. Not cheap, plane tickets. So they were in an LDR, long distance relationship. But this girl, she eventually decided to shove her bad feelings aside and ignore them and continue being together with this guy. A year later, she discovered that he was a narcissist. He was manipulative and had been emotionally abusing and gaslighting her all at the same time. So her gut feeling was right. Her intuition was right.
Actually, my friend just told me a very similar story. Her boyfriend actually was gaslighting her for like over a year. He was in 2 relationships at once. And basically they stayed in the blocks next to each other. So he was just going back and forth, that house, this house, that house, this house.
You're
2 different
joking.
women in each block.
Yes,
Oh
and
my
every
God.
day she would be like, what's wrong? Like, are you cheating on me? You must be cheating on me. And he would just straight out say, are you crazy? Like, are you crazy?
Yeah.
Why would you think that? And turns out he was. And she and her intuition and her friend's intuition all told them it is true. But until the truth comes out, yeah.
Sometimes love is blind. Sometimes you just refuse to believe that your other half is cheating
No,
on
but
you.
if you don't see the evidence, right, and this person that you love so much, you trust so much, or you want to trust is telling you,
Correct.
I'm not cheating on you, you want to believe that. Yeah.
And because it's an intuition, you can't prove it either.
Exactly.
It's like, I
Yeah.
know it's somewhere.
Yeah.
Something doesn't feel right, but I don't have anything to work with.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like this girl from online. She says, I knew in my gut that my ex was cheating. I just had no evidence. He was really good at covering his tracks. I had full access to his phone and I knew his password, etc. But these cheating people, they can always cover their tracks anyway. So this girl, she managed to get evidence while she was away on vacation. So she dumped his ass and leveled up. She says, I believe in my intuition 100%.
Wow.
I love that. This is MCE, main character energy.
Absolutely.
Actually, I want to know like how he was hiding it and how she found it.
Yeah, if you have full access to this person's phone,
Yeah.
then how?
Okay. Let me share with you a story.
Okay.
I was at a crossroads.
You mean in life or like an actual
Or like Bugis
crossroad?
Junction, that crossroad.
No, I don't go out when the sun is out, remember?
Vampire.
Okay, what crossroads?
I was at a crossroads in life, basically.
Oh, okay, in
Like,
life, okay.
I had a decision to make.
Okay.
And I couldn't, like, some decisions you want to follow your heart, but your head is telling you something else,
All the time.
Correct.
Can we have more details? I'm very lost.
Okay, you're making a decision about a person.
Okay.
Okay? Like, okay, let's say Hazy and I. And I'm deciding whether to keep her in my life.
Okay.
Yes. And it was just a nagging feeling that I will not find another Hazy. Which I won't lah, by the way.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. But it was a nagging feeling and I couldn't let it go. So I actually asked this person and I said, when you can't ignore your gut, what do you do? Like, if you think about it, have you ever heard anyone say, shit, man, I shouldn't have listened to my gut? No, you hear people say, shit, I should have listened to my gut.
Oh.
That's true.
Shit. And I was like, that must
Fair
count
point.
for something, no?
It is true, yeah. So more often than not, listening to your gut probably is the right thing to do.
We're not saying it's 100% accurate. I'm sure someone has made some mistake by listening to their gut, but there's a reason.
And this intuition in women, somehow I feel like this unique energy actually strengthens bonds between girls.
Yeah.
I mean, we share so many things. Girl math, girl codes, shit like that.
Yes.
There have been so many instances where women intuition or sixth sense actually helped each other out. So for example, this girl, she was at the club with her friends and a guy was trying to dance with her, but she showed no interest, right? But this guy got so persistent. And another group of girls saw, immediately pulled her into their circle and protected her the whole night.
I love that.
Right, this
Yeah.
is intuition kicking in.
I'll do that anytime.
Right.
For any girl, yeah.
Are there any like special moments like these where you felt like your sixth sense and your intuition between yourself and another girl just helped you become friends?
Not so serious, not on such
Okay.
a serious note, but I think more of just when a woman's intuition makes her reach out to you. So what happened was I was living overseas and I was dating someone that was here, but it was a relationship, but it was like casual, you know?
Okay.
And I didn't post anything about this person didn't post anything about me. So it looked like probably we had broken up. So this girl that I know in Singapore, she was on Tinder and she came across his profile on Tinder. If I put myself in her position, I would just think, oh, maybe they already broken up. That's why he's on Tinder.
Okay.
But something I think in her compelled her to reach out to me and let me know. And that's how I found out that he was on Tinder while we were still in a relationship. She could have just ignored that feeling and it could have gone away, but she felt compelled to come and tell me about it, even though I was like miles and miles away. Yeah.
Oh, that's nice. That's nice.
Yeah.
For me, maybe it's more of in a work setting. So we have this new colleague from the radio competition. She came in second. She joined us on the evening drive time show. Her name is
Yes.
Yu Rong.
Yeah.
And I feel like, you know,
Your show is 3 people now.
Girl, it's been a while.
it's been like 1 year, babe.
Yeah.
You're joking.
No.
No, you're joking.
It's been 1 full year. She joined us for the entire way.
I've seen her like so many times.
Yeah, she's this petite girl.
Yeah.
Super cute. But we gel and we bond so well because of our sixth sense. Like, you know, we think the same things in many aspects, even when it comes to the show. I mean, some might call it chemistry. But also I think being a girl thing, it plays a huge part.
I saw a TikTok account actually
Okay.
of these best friends, two
Oh,
girls.
okay.
And then they did this video and they were like, we became friends because we dated the same guy.
Oh.
Wait, what?
And I was like,
I just have to know at the same time or what?
I can't remember that.
No, I've seen a lot of like, oh, I'm friends with my ex's ex.
Yeah. Like Tunnel Sisters.
That's a bit weird.
Yo, I have a friend. Okay, so she dated this guy that she didn't know owed a lot of money.
Oh.
And one day, my friend received a text from her boyfriend's ex-girlfriend. Okay, so let's call my friend A and the ex-girlfriend B.
Okay.
So B comes up to A and say, hey, yo, you know, I know you're dating this guy. I hope you're happy and shit, but can you please get him to return me my money?
Ooh.
So A is like, what? My boyfriend owes you money? When was this? And how much does he owe you? So after finding out like so many things, right? A realized that, oh, her boyfriend doesn't just owe B money. He owes a lot of people out there money.
CDEFG.
Yeah, and it's only because B came up to tell her about it.
Oh
And
my gosh.
in the end, I think they kind of like bonded over
Yeah.
this tragic incident. And B eventually told A to, you know, think about it. If he's not for you, just let it go.
Did they break up?
They did.
Oh.
They're broken up now.
Wow.
Yeah. So I think this is quite sweet in a way.
Yeah. No, I really believe that girls can be there for each other and we can kind of sense when another girl is in danger. Like, for example, you know, they have this thing where, let's say you are having a conversation, right? And I give you a look, you know what kind of look it is.
Yep.
Like, if I give you this look, I'm like,
Oh, you think this guy is cute?
yes! What if I give you this look?
This guy is
Like,
weird.
what the hell?
You see? So even just
can
a
read it.
look, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Girls are so in tune with each other. I
Right.
love that.
But you know, the thing about intuition is that there's no scientific meaning behind it. So sometimes it clashes with our mind.
Oh my gosh. Actually, I saw this thing.
Okay.
Okay. This woman, her husband had died basically in a crash. I can't remember what crash it was. I feel like it was a helicopter crash.
Oh gosh.
And she said even before it happened, she knew.
Huh?
And it was so strange because when they turned up at her house, it was like, your husband is dead. She's like, I know. And they were like, no, you're not hearing us. Like, sit down. Your husband's dead. And she was like, I know.
Because she had a gut feeling.
She had a gut feeling, plus like, when things don't add up or when things are a little bit off, because we're so hypersensitive to it, people always say we're overthinking, but they all add up. There's a reason why you were like, focused on this thing that was out of place or something like that.
You know, I used to be so afraid of losing my grandma. To the extent that every time I received a call from my house, I would think, oh my God, is this my dad calling me to tell me my grandma has died? No, I would be so scared. And then when I pick up the call, it's just my dad asking me what time I'll be home. Then I'll be like, oh, luckily. This is when my gut feeling is wrong. But, sometimes I'm just so sensitive that I trust it too much.
But there are pros and cons, obviously,
Yeah,
to being
for sure.
so observant, so hypersensitive, always thinking about everything, right? And it can cause a lot of mental stress and pressure as well at
For
times.
sure.
Have you ever heard of something also called like a mother's intuition?
Yeah,
A mother's
yeah.
intuition.
Mother knows best. That's what they say.
They say a mother's intuition is when your senses heighten when you become a mother, and whatever in relation to your child, you just have a heightened sense of gut feel.
Oh.
But it's because you want to protect your child, right?
I'm sure.
Yeah.
There was once, my mother, I came home and she looked at me. She was like, are you okay? I was like, I'm fine. What's wrong?
Mother's intuition.
Yeah, I was like, why? And she was like, I just have a feeling in my heart, like something does not feel right. I don't know what it is. But are you okay? I was like, I'm fine. And then apparently it was my dad lah. Like something happened, I think. So she had a feeling that something was not right.
But it
she
wasn't
didn't
about
know
you.
who, she didn't know
Right,
what.
right.
It wasn't me lah.
Right.
Well, speaking of this, mother's intuition is real. I just recalled recently, so I just ended a relationship, right? And I didn't even speak to my parents about this, not a single word. But one weekend I went home and my mom was like trying to test the waters. I'm like, hey, haven't seen this person in so long. How are you guys doing? And I'm like, yo, my mom is crazy Like she knows but I didn't even breathe a single word. And there's no way my sister would have told her about it. Like, no way. Okay, so, this is a story from our PD that I think is very interesting. Nothing to do with mother-daughter, more of like in a relationship kind of context, okay? She says, I used to be close friends with this girl. I always had a not necessarily bad feeling, but a weird feeling about her. Over the years, there were instances where I felt that she flirted with every boy I was interested in. But because of our close friendship, I trusted her and gave her the benefit of the doubt. But very recently, it proved to be true. I discovered that she had slept with a boy I liked at that time. It's like, okay, it happened years ago, but can you imagine me opening up to her about it and then she sleeping with him behind my back? I think that's like red flag, man.
Okay.
But I think they're still in touch now, which baffles me. But our PD says it's tough because they are both bridesmaids for this other friend's wedding.
Right.
So
We
they
actually
still
know
have to
this
see each
person?
other. Yeah. This is our PD.
Oh.
Yeah, that one.
She just called her out.
Okay, but question.
I feel like-
Sorry, this has nothing to do with anything, gut feel or anything, but just wondering.
Okay.
Now, A has expressed her interest in this guy to B.
Yeah.
But it just so happened that, let's say, B was not after him, but he hit on her, for example.
Okay.
Is she supposed to say no just because she knows that her friend likes him?
But this girl code what?
I think
right?
it's girl code.
It's girl code. Lada is girl code. Huh?
yeah.
Then I feel like you shouldn't because if you don't
But
have...
this is like real feelings. If A really has real feelings for this person.
right.
Understand.
It's girl code. But then again, has there been a time where your intuition influenced your relationship? So it has that for me.
Really?
Tell us
Yeah.
more.
I was in this relationship, and towards the tail end of it, right, I just felt like he wasn't that into me anymore.
Oh.
Yeah, of course I didn't go about like looking through his stuff, his phone and everything, but it's just a feeling, And I trusted that feeling. I broke up. It was a mutual breakup.
Oh.
Like it was great. Like, it was a happy breakup, I would
Right.
say. And then 2 months later, he got attached with the girl that I felt like he bonded better with. I mean, nothing against that. But it's just that I'm glad I trusted my intuition and they're still together now.
Oh, wow.
I'm very happy. I'm very happy for them.
Oh, wow.
Interesting. Wow.
So that's my sixth sense kicking in.
No, it's true. It's really true. And so we all know that, first of all, I'm not a jealous person. Secondly, I can't be fucked. I won't check your phone, whatever. Honestly,
Yeah.
I can't be fucked. But we also know that I was once cheated on.
Okay.
It was a gut feel that something was not right, and I had to check something. And I've never done it.
So what do you check? His phone?
No, we know this, remember? Do we not know this?
You mentioned this
I
in
got
one of the
mentioned this
episodes.
in one of the episodes. Please do not learn from me. I don't think you can do this anymore right now, but last time you can log into somebody's WhatsApp on web and it doesn't show on their phone, they will never know.
Ooh, damn.
Damn.
Yeah, so he left the room. I scanned quickly. Fella left.
Okay.
I went through and I found it. I was like,
Hey, also make sure to check the archives chats. Sometimes they hide it there.
Oh my gosh.
Sorry.
It's true.
So your intuition was right.
100%.
But what about his actions showed you that something was happening?
Actually, almost nothing.
Wow. This is how you know he's a pro. Confirm not the first time he's done this.
And also her intuition is really spot on.
Yeah.
Wow.
A bit scary.
I don't think my intuition has been like really, really wrong.
Yeah.
In that sense. Yeah. But I think it's one thing to have intuition, it's another to act on it, like Casey
Correct.
did with your ex. Yeah. I think that was very brave of you.
Thank you.
But there are sometimes when your intuition, I think over reading into things can
Right.
betray you. In a
Right.
sense.
Oh.
Because we are just so emotional and sometimes we let that get the better of us. And that sort of overrides our intuition a bit. I think it's also very important to strike a balance between intuition and not letting our over-analytical tendencies cloud our judgment.
True. I'm guilty of overthinking.
Right.
Like sometimes my boyfriend will tell me something and then I overthink about it so much and you can see it in my eyes. I'm just like staring at the ceiling and I'm going like, and I'm just silent. And then he'll just pull me into a hug. He'll be like, don't overthink. It's nothing more than that.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's really tough. Like, I analyze these things and, I have theories for them.
Right.
And I look into every single thing. And people would say, don't overthink it. Or you don't have to read into every single thing. It's really not that hard or it's really not that serious. It's just, but it will turn out that way.
Yeah.
Like, over time, it will just prove to be right. Whatever I was thinking.
So we can use this as a tool to help us in our decision-making process.
Okay.
For example, buying a home.
Oh.
I think, we have to rely strongly on our intuition.
Yeah.
Like, I have a friend who bought a home recently. She was telling me that the moment she stepped into that place, she gasped. She went like, and that's how she knew like this place was right for her. Because out of all the other places that she's been in, none of them gave her this feeling.
Right.
Right. Even though there were like better places out there. But
Right.
she just liked this place. It's just a feeling,
Yep.
I think buying cars, for men as well, intuition plays a big part, right? What other things are?
Like when you interview for a job,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, I think you can kind of sense, is this place going to be right for you? Is it going to be the right fit? Right? Sometimes it's not the right fit, but you go for it because you want the money or you want this or that, but then you end up miserable, right? But I think with anything, try to give it a chance as well. Because if you are guilty of overthinking, you may just overthink yourself into like nothingness.
Right.
Yeah, into confusion, and you just confuse yourself sometimes. Yeah.
Then you might, because you're so tunnel visioned, then you miss out the experience around it.
I agree. And while intuition is very strong, it's very powerful, I just want to gently remind all of us listening to Hush Podcast that it is not always right.
No.
We have to remember this. Our gut feeling isn't always right. So act carefully, okay? Don't act rashly.
At the end of the day, you weigh it out. Your head, your heart, your gut, what is it saying? And at the end of the day, it's like everything else in life, right? Whatever decision you make, you got to live with it all.
Yeah, I think if you are just going through every day in your life and not reflecting about, what you observe, what you see, some people could afford to be a bit more intuitive and a bit more present and mindful of what's going on around you, right? Sometimes put that phone down, take a look around the room, sense the vibe, sense the energy there.
I love that. Okay, right now, my intuition tells me that you should take out your phone, follow us on Instagram
Wow.
at itsclarity.co and catch up on everything that you've missed.
Oh, 100%. We're about to hit 100 episode, actually.
Oh, wow.
So if you've got nothing to do,
Yeah.
this is basically like Game of Thrones already, lah, right? You just follow that. So you can listen to us on Spotify, we listen Apple Podcasts, and don't forget to turn on your notifications.
That's right. Check us out on YouTube as well. And we'll catch you next time on Hush Podcast. See you. Bye. There was one day I was like really upset with him. So I stopped putting baby in the text. And then he calls me like 3 hours later. He's like, baby, are you angry?
You think? Yeah.
So he's very intuitive. That's an example, I guess.
No, but we also do it on purpose until you notice that something's not right.
Sometimes I put a full stop just to make a point. Right?
Oh, but I always
The full stop is the one.